Welcome to RoboSheep. After facing criticism in my previous video for being overly stiff and serious, today I'll make an effort to be more relaxed and casual in my approach. The video currently being shown provides information on wireless navigation techniques for lawn robots. This is such a hot topic, widely discussed, and if you're completely honest, there is currently very little information to be found about it on the internet. That means you won't find a video with DevGang. Of course, there's the spearhead of the system from Husqvarna EPOS that we'll talk about, and there are also plenty of things being presented on the market now. Significant promises, however, there is a lack of a proper YouTube video addressing the issues, discussing the details. And of course, there is a reason for that. The topic is indeed quite intricate. RoboSharp has been dealing with this subject since its inception, and I admit we underestimated it. In a park and on a soccer field, it's actually easy, but as soon as you're on the site where you want to set up something today that you want to install around it yourself, then it gets a bit more complicated. Indeed, it is significantly more complicated with cables, and more expertise is also required in that regard. Now you can see so beautifully in the sunlight behind me the routes that such a system travels. This means you can program whatever you want and freely navigate, reaching your transport routes wherever you want, crossing over. Talking about advantages of wireless navigation? They're amazing. That means a horned stable, like the one behind me, a chicken coop with a flexible fence, no problem. Here we have planted a new tree in front of us, and as you can see, there is a garden hose below the tree because it needs to be watered. In 2 minutes, the garden hose will not be run over. Management of the entire area. As I said, chicken coop area, mode inside. You can use it as a transfer area. You can simply drive in, turn areas on and off. Simply insane. Let's begin with a summary. What's currently on the market? Well, of course, there's Husqvarna EPOS, and, as anticipated from this organization, a highly professional appearance. Then we have the STIGA A from STIGA. Michael Buchbauer, personally a good friend of mine who is in charge of STIGA Austria, extensively presented the robot to me last year. A solution for EPOS, also in the high price segment, promising a lot. So there are many small ones available in the market, those that come along on this topic. New startups and so on. And of course, the new robot from Segway is a topic that we all see in announcements. I haven't had a test device in my hands yet, but I would like to take this opportunity to discuss the situation of a major manufacturer, a large vacuum cleaner manufacturer. You know, the ultimate professional in vacuum cleaners. And what is a big robot if not a vacuum cleaner? Yes, unfortunately, something completely different. 3 years ago, it was announced from this company that we have wireless navigation under control. Cables were yesterday. Autonomous robots operate without installation. Let's go. When reading articles now, after the pandemic, one blames it exactly for the fact that it didn't work out, right? We have sold much more in these 2 years than anyone before. So the equipment is not. And naturally, there is a technical explanation as to why the vacuum cleaner has not yet been brought to the garden. You have the ability to create a wireless golf course at your own home if you approach it in the correct manner. And that's where it gets exciting, and that's exactly what this YouTube series is all about, which I want to start with you once again. Way too much for just one video. But I promise, Hans, I underestimated it at first. It's much more complicated than you can ever imagine with cables, but it works. And it is truly awesome. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget the notifications. Things are moving quickly now. I will introduce you to the EPOS world with an overview of everything currently available. And I assure you we will have an open discussion about the systems and manufacturers, because something is developing here that I am not fond of, that will result in certain customers being left behind.